Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Way to come in there and get you a hard-fought win today. Way to come in here and get you a hard-fought game plan. A hard-fought matchup. 3-3. Nobody gave you nothing today. Didn't nobody give anybody nothing. This is one of them wins, boys, that we needed to get. And the reason we needed to get this win is because this was the season. This was the season. Oh, yes, it was. And you already know how I give it up. See, last week I was on the Henny. Last week, they had me out here so sad and despaired that I was on the Henny. And you know I got to do the Henny after the losses. But you know how we give it up. We do the champagne when we winning. When we get the win, and this toast is going to go to nobody, no one other. I'm gonna give a couple game balls out first before we give the flowers out. I want to get you guys in and out. It's about 11:34 out here in the game. It's about 11:34. A lot of people got to work. A lot of people got to be moving and shaking. So we're not gonna be in here too crazy. I just want to get a game balls first of all before we can get these out. D'Ernest Johnson. D'Ernest Johnson. I'm gonna tell you what. He's not regular. He's not regular. And you know what else isn't regular? The Browns running staff, the coaching staff, the offensive line staff, the Browns head coach, the Browns running backs coach. You know why they different? Is because when even in a day when you knew what Case Keenum gonna be a guy that was gonna just try to manage and get us a dub any way we could get it. Everybody knew, everybody named mom knew we was out here trying to run this football. Everybody named mom knew we was trying to run that football. But guess what? We kept giving it to him like, here we go. It's gonna be a long day, buddy. It's gonna be a long day. D'Ernest Johnson on the left-hand side, 3 yards. D'Ernest Johnson with the carry off tackle, 12 yards. D'Ernest Johnson, screen pass, 6 yards. D'Ernest Johnson, zone, cutback, 20 yards. That's demoralizing. Off bat, we ready to go. William Wise came in strong with the super chat, ready to go. He came in ready to go already. Let's get you up here on William. Man, we needed that win more than a drowning man needed a rope. Man, we needed that more than a drowning man that need a rope, a floaty, a noodle, a sandwich, a rubber duck. We needed every bit of that, every single bit of that. Yes, D'Ernest Johnson. And the second guy I'm going to give a game ball to. Second game ball goes to, everybody go and get in there, Case Keenum. Case Keenum, just being veteran. Just being a veteran. This is what you pay to you. This is how you get your money off. You earn that paycheck today. So let's go ahead, wherever you at. Let's go ahead, pour up. You know how we do. If you got the champagne, if you got Miller Lite, Bud Light, whatever you're drinking, Jägermeister, and my favorite, the J-Mo. J-Mo. Let's get it going, and we can go ahead and start. Man, it feels good to be able to just let y'all hear that. Yeah. Woo, feel good, man. Feel good, man. Take a sip. There we go. There we go. Let's get into this thing. First of all, let me read this super chat. Thank you so much. Does it matter? Thank you so much. From my divided house to all Browns nations. Let's go, dogs. D'Ernest Johnson, you go, boy. Thanks for your coverage, G. Bush. Oh, you know I was coming with it. You know I was coming with it after 80 people in the stream, 11:37 right now. I know y'all got to go to work. I know a lot of people trying to get it in really quickly. Thank you guys for tuning in after the game. Thursday Night Football, Cleveland Browns. If you're living under the rock, you don't know. 17-14, FirstEnergy Stadium. Case Keenum comes in for Baker Mayfield. D'Ernest Johnson is covering in there for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, two of the best backs in the game. And boy, oh boy, did my man look like one of the best backs in the game. Did he look like one of the best backs in the game? See, right now, the Cleveland Browns is actually out here looking like the Hogs of the 70s under Joe Gibbs. They're actually out here looking like that Mike Shanahan team with the Broncos, where you get Orlandis Gary, you already got the Mile High Salute. You know who I'm talking about. You got all these, all these guys that you talk about with the Broncos week after week after week, year after year. They was getting 1,000-yard back. And right now, the Cleveland Browns are on that level. They're on that pantheon. How many guys would you know that can lose their top two running backs, plug in a guy on a short week, and that man comes out here and gives you 22 carries for 146 yards. Also, on top of that, he gave you 2 catches for 22 yards in the screen game. That's 166 all-purpose yards, and he did it like it was nothing. And by the way, this is light. This ain't like this was a fluke or something. See, D'Ernest Johnson has skill set. He has a viable skill set in this league. He runs differently from Chubb and Hunt. And the way his cut game, oh boy, scissor precision. His cut game is tailored. That man will see something. I seen him jump 2 gaps backside. It was supposed to hit the front side B gap. He hit a cut move and jumped. He was all the way in the backside C gap. See, that's different. He reminds me of a physical Alvin Kamara. That's who he reminds me of. He don't really take hard hits. He's not taking crazy hits out there. And they just signify, if you watch the last play of the game when they got David Njoku, who was actually he was on the line of scrimmage, and they called a legal formation, and he had scored, or basically had that game on ice when he went down at the 7-yard line, but he had a 7-yard carry that basically gave us a new set of downs. That game was over. They called the penalty, ran it back. This man makes a better run than that. He just like, nope. Stop playing. I'm cutting. I'm dancing. Tap dancing. Broadway dancing. Salsa dancing. He got all the dances. All of it. He was even river dancing on them with clogs. I can't say enough for the man. Can't say enough for the man. Drinks up D'Ernest Johnson. And I tell you what, let me get back in this chat real quick before we get to our next topic. 114 people in here right now after the Browns game. Thank you guys. 121 in here right now. Please like the comments. Please like and share this. And if you don't, hey, you ain't gotta be all about the super chat. You ain't got to be all about that. All you got to do is just go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share this and make sure that YouTube understands how y'all support the content. I don't care if they had a game at 7 in the morning. I got to do the recap. I'll give it up. Thank you so much for those who have donated on Super Chat. Thank you so much for the guys that are donating on PayPal. You can do that at G Bush on PayPal. You can check that out. And Cash App is up above. $ G Bush 91. Thank you so much. You guys make the show. So let me get in there. First question of the day. Get those ready. If you think, because D'Ernest Johnson is a third string back, I want to know if you guys think, even when Chubb and Hunt come back, do you think that they should be finding some sort of role for him? Put a 3 in the comment. 3's in the comments if you feel like D'Ernest Johnson moving forward needs to have some sort of role in this offense. We'll wait. Come on, put them 3's up if 3's if you think so. There we go. Multi-Cushine 3. My man Black Rob with the 3, of course. Got lumps for you paintball 3. My man Not a Bot, I like that, has triple 3s on there. DeAndre Black, tree on there. You know what it is. Ken M, 3. Third Eye, 3. Hey, Jason Scott, 3-headed monster. Absolutely. Absolutely. And William Wise, of course. Of course. Appreciate you again with the super chat. How about the quick release from Case Keenum? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that because I thought Case Keenum did something that leads to something that we can get to and we can actually move forward with Case Keenum in the event that Baker is hurt more and is out more games. I was very encouraged by what Case Keenum was doing in terms of that. Let's keep it moving. Lots of threes in there. So let me get to our topics here. We got to Dearness Johnson. He did his thing. Let's talk about Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry was the guy. He was the lightning rod today. Jarvis Landry, when I seen him come out and he was playing, Jarvis Landry is the lightning rod in the energy, the swag, the focus. He's the tough stuff. And so I knew that they were going to be in good hands with Allstate, even though I got progressive. But I knew they was in good hands because Jarvis Landry got the ball the first part of the game. Little something quick underneath stuff, little something to move the sticks and chains. That's what we're talking about with Jarvis Landry. That's exactly what you need from him. And from that first drive, they established the fact that, oh, okay, Jarvis is out here. Made a big-time catch where he got injured. I hope to goodness it's not a knee or something. I think maybe he has a contusion in his thigh where it went down and hit the ground. But I love what he brought to the table. And hopefully he's one of those guys that can get ramped up, take a chill, hang out, get your body together in this 10 days. Lord knows, man. Lord knows. Actually, I need some of these 10 days off. Boy, these videos, radio show, videos, post-game, pre-game. Let's go look at clothing. Let's get some merchandise. Let's do play-by. Oh, it's tough during football season, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Any other way. Jarvis Landry, I definitely thought was a lightning rod for this team, and I really think he propelled them to be able to make plays and to have them be mentally tough. Because you remember last game, I thought they folded up like a cheap Christmas tree. I thought they folded up. I didn't see no fight. I didn't see no get back. I didn't see none of that. You know, when the Cardinals start giving them that business, you know what I'm saying? Like Bugs Bunny was doing Elmer Fudd. He said, none of this and none of this and none of that funny stuff, bub. When they was hitting us with all that, we was just out here looking crazy, looking stupid. But now Jarvis came back. We had some penalties. We had some other things happen. But Jarvis was like, nah, bro, we're not folding up like that. We're not doing it. Not gonna do it. That's an old school reference. Remember, if you old enough in the chat to remember that reference when people back in the 90s was mocking George W. Bush, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna raise taxes. Yeah, that was a funny one. Keep it copacetic and keep that moving. Even though Jarvis showed up and showed out, I really, really want to tip my hat off to the O-line. Because now you just saw why it is that the Cleveland Browns have one of the best O-lines in the game. And if they continue to be together, and if they continue to put plays and seasons together, they maybe go down as one of the best attacks I've seen. By far, they're already the best running attack I've ever seen in Cleveland Browns history. Already. You tell me if you find a different running game anywhere in the Cleveland Browns history, pantheon, any of that. None of that is comparing to what they're doing right now. So I just really thought that they really put the game on themselves a little bit. There are some stuff that we need to still clean up, but I just felt like they put it on themselves and said, listen, we don't got the luxury of having these two top backs out of here where, you know, maybe if my guy beats me, you know, Chubb can make a guy miss or Hunt can run a guy over or something along those terms. No. They took it on themselves and was like, yo, we're going to open up holes. We're going to open up holes. And this is why people say, If you're a quarterback on the Cleveland Browns, man, come on, you got it made, bro. They got backs. Demetric Felton was getting carries. They got backs for years. The Kelly dude coming, Kelly Jr. I ain't seen him since the Jacksonville game preseason. He comes in, gets him about solid 6 or 7. The only problem with the Cleveland Browns is if Kevin Stefanski does not get tight. I tweeted, and I wasn't tweeting very much, but I was talking, and I'm saying this is the time. 5 minutes left to go in the game. You down 3 points. All you have to do is hit a couple of throws, which they did, and run the football and get up out of there. But mix it up. And they did a beautiful job, 10 times better than what they were doing before. But we all know going down and having the ball to win the game is different from you having to come back from a deficit and you got the ball within 110 or a minute and 20 seconds, no timeouts, and you're inside your own 20-yard line. That's different. Let's get back to these chats. My man, y'all always showing me love, man. Case Keenum, his release really, really got us out of some trouble. Even in the pass he threw to Dearness Johnson, he was being sacked. I don't even know how he got that ball off. And I think the realization is we now see with a quarterback who knows the audibles, who knows the system in and out, who knows during certain coverages which guy he's already looking for. He just knows that. For the most part, there was no inaccurate footballs. It was some of them that were great defense, but for the most part, nothing inaccurate. So that is the game plan or blueprint that we need to talk about moving forward. How do we get to a point where we can win some of these games consistently if Baker is out for a long period of time? That's just what it is. I'm looking for to see what's going on with that. And the surprise for me was actually believing that he was going to play today. There was a lot of stuff in the game that people thought Baker wasn't going to play. I had a source, and I'm one of the least known source dudes in the game. He came to me probably 2 days ago and said, "Hey man, that torn labrum, that ain't it. He got something other than that, and he might have to have surgery when the other shoe drops on Monday." And I'm like, "What?" Now, of course, I can't take that and run. I mean, I can't just be out here. G. Bush said he was gonna. No, I don't. That's not my game. I don't break stories like that. But there may be a situation where Baker Mayfield is not going to be healthy enough to go through a regular season or miss a significant part of the regular season. So, with that being talked about and with that being said, you have to look and ask yourself. Case Keenum earned that $6 million today, boys. But do you believe he could take you to the playoffs if Baker Mayfield ends up losing significant games or is out for the season? I need you to put them twos in the chat. If you believe that Case Keenum, given what we see today, and with the understanding that other pieces and parts will become viable at a certain point, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and you're developing some of the guys that are getting playing time right now, Dearness Johnson, Demetric Felton, Schwartz. Do you feel that he can be a playoff type quarterback, or at least get him to the playoffs? Let me see them twos if you feel that. Let me see it. Let me see them people what y'all got going. Let me see. We still doing a lot of threes, man. So my man says no. He feels Garrett K says, nah, man. He can't get us there. Let's start up here. Mark Kahn says 2. We got 1-2 in the building. Chris Yarden says 1. He don't believe her. Geeton Madalo. I don't know how. I'm sorry, I butchered your name there, but you have a 2 down. Third Eye is 0. which I guess means no. Geaton Madalo has 2. Wael Wyerson says, I feel we can make the playoffs. DeAndre Black says 2-2. Jim, or I almost called this Jones Williams. I almost called you Jim Jones. Jones Williams got a 2. Let's get one more. Big Kev 9539. What's up with you, Playboy? I ain't heard from you a minute. Just checking up on you, see how you doing. Richie Hart 2. You know what I'm saying? Garrett K says, I think he did a good job of managing, coaching the game, not turning it over. However, he did not have the arm mobility, he could expand plays. The one time when OBJ ran out and up, and it looked like he had a couple people over the top, but there was a little space where he could have probably fit it in, but the ball was short. It ended up getting picked off, but it went to he couldn't get 2 feet in bounds. So yeah, there are certain throws that are going to have limitations on what Case Keenum can do, but he for the most part he's not going to turn you over. Tony R, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, my brother. Case read the defense and threw with anticipation. Completely agree. I think he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. I think he actually was excited about the opportunity to get back out there and play some. And I think he's already happy to say, man, this is the most talent I've ever played with. Think about it. You know, you've been in Washington. You've been in Minnesota. You've been a couple other places. But think about the depth and the skill positions you have on this team. So I think he's going into this thing thinking, I'm going to play as long and as good as I can. Long as good as I can. Thank you for all 20 minutes in, 240 people in the chat. All y'all 240 people, thank you for just being interested in just showing love at this time of the night, 11:55 after the Browns game, just really supporting the community. And please, all those 250, please like the channel, please like the stream so it can bring more people and bring more people into our community. So I definitely want to thank you for that. Yeah, you see it. AG Bush, what up with the Brownies win, yo? We are live. Yep, we are live and kicking it, man. The truth said Browns need to dump Baker and ride Keenum out the rest of the season. Baker isn't bringing the Browns anywhere. Well, here's the thing. I mean, depending on what his shoulder looked like and how well Case Keenum continues to play, that's a no-brainer. If Baker's only 65%, why would you even consider not playing Case Keenum and he's winning? So, you know, that's the conundrum in which we are at this point when we're talking about that. So let's get to my other topic. And, you know, I've been really nice so far. But still, there's some things that just burns my britches. Man, I didn't even be on Twitter today like that during the game. I usually on Twitter, between Twitter, hanging out, and watching TV, and I'm tweeting back and forth every single play. I stayed off. You know why I stayed off? I was like, I want to see what this thing is looking like. I want to see the deficiencies. I want to see face-to-face what Stefanski is going to do with Keenum, how the other players respond. That's what I'm looking at. Those things are what I'm looking at. And I think when you look at the Case Keenum, there's 2 things he's going to do. He's not going to return the ball over. He's not going to do it. It's not part of his forte. He can get you in the right play, and he can make easy throws. He can make the throws he's supposed to make. And those things are very advantageous and very essential if you want to make it to the playoffs. But my question is, can Case Keenum take the Browns to the playoffs? If Baker don't come back the rest of the season? Let me ask y'all that question. If Baker comes back healthy, is he the starter? Waiting. I'm waiting. Man, you guys are so generous, man. You guys are so freaking generous, man. Let me get to you guys in your super chats, man. Let's see. Make sure I'm gonna get to him. My man Biz Dice, thank you for your donation, my brother. Case Keenum, Baker Mayfield, autogram. It doesn't matter. This team is contingent on Woods in his headset. I'm gonna keep it real. There's some part of me that actually feels that way. Like no matter how much we put up, no matter how much we do, there's always going to be a counterweight, a different thing that is drawing us and holding us back. And so when you talking about all these other different people, I'm like, why can't we talk about Joe Woods? Why is that off limit? Why? And now it's really not. This is funny for you guys. It's not really off limits. The only thing is they need to use that as a scapegoat in case somebody says the quarterback ain't playing well. So we'll toss you to the Wolves, but we got to figure out what's going on with that. What's going on with that, man? Let's get to Biz Dice. Case Keenum, Baker Mayfield, autogram, doesn't matter. Team continue on was good. Headset, got that one. Let's go to Mark Kahn. He says, clap it up for Dearness. No, clap it up for you on the $30 donation, my man. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, here's how I'm doing it. I can't get a hold of you guys. And this is just what I'm trying to do. I tally the list of the people who have super chatted me the most. And what I want to do is I just want to basically reach back out to them and show them some love and support by getting them some barbershop gear courtesy of the barbershop. I feel like, you know, when you spend money with me and you support me, I'm supposed to give back to you and show like, yeah, I really mess with you. I really like what you bring to the table. So there's a couple of guys that Mark Kahn, you always is doing your thing. If you could, Mark Kahn, definitely, if you want to, let me go ahead and put it on. I will put it on a banner. Give me a second. Okay, so you guys are the people that I'm gonna name out here in a second. These individuals have donated in their lifetime over about $200 to the show, and what I want to do is give something back and have them be able to represent the barbershop gear. Because for me, I don't just consider it like you just kind of just being fans or anything. I consider that as people that you working with. You know, you guys have a part in this thing. So why, if you putting on for me and doing different things, why can't I have you laced out in that barbershop gear? You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna get if you could, let's see. I do it. So you're gonna email at yep. There it is. So when you link up on here, let me edit that. There we go. So basically, what I want you guys to do is, if you are one of the individuals that I'm going to reach out to you, um, there's a couple off bat that I just really, because I've already tracked some of the different things that they've already done. Mark Kahn is one of them. Mark Kahn, if you could give me your address or send me an email address directly to Fifth Dimension Media, we'll get you together. He's a consistent, always rocked with me, always. You know what I'm saying? William Wise, if you're in the building, put your name, send it to me, and we'll get you something, right? We'll make sure you get some of that exclusive gear. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right. Tony R. I feel it. Case read the defense and threw it with the anticipation. And I really thought he did. I really did think he showed why he's a veteran, why he's a veteran type guy. Mr. Jiggles, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate you guys out here supporting me. Really, I'm always humbled to see stuff like this, man. Christopher Landers, Johnson for president. What a humble dude, blue collar brother. Man, that dude got talent. That dude has talent. He got talent, man. The way he runs and his running style is so conducive to just multiple yardage. It's just fun to watch. This is the first time I've ever watched the Browns team that I was so excited to see somebody run the football to get 5 yards. It's so crazy. It just blows my mind. Let's get to a couple more of these. I clap it up for Deoners and Fox said Baker had torn labrum and broken humerus. Yeah, that's the case. That's the case. That's what we've been hearing as well. Man, Joe Woods wouldn't blitz Teddy Two Club when a man was injured. His weakness. Oh, listen, that second half was disgusting. That second half was disgusting, my man, because you got to think about it like this. He's already hobbled. He's already a person who doesn't really seem like he's all that aggressive. You got to be blitzing him at all cost. You got to get to him. And I think they just let him sit back there a little too much to get his rhythm. I will give the Texans a little bit of credit. I thought that they were really I'll give them the credit because they didn't run anything extravagant that would have put them in harm's way. You know, they weren't having them doing a lot of rollouts and doing different things, trying to extend plays. So I really feel that's the joint that people was in. That's the type of stuff they was on. Yep, but we got that one. Let's see what we got. We did that one. Mr. Jiggles, thanks for another 5. I appreciate you. You guys are freaking awesome, man. You guys are just, and sometimes I can't even believe it. You know. Let's get to. We talked about Case Keenum being a $6 million backup. And how much do you think he's going to be able to do to get this team to the playoffs? How you reach out? That's cool. Here's what I can do. Here's what you can do. Fifth Dimension Media at gmail.com. I'm gonna put it up, and then basically what you do is once you have that email address, you could just plug it in and send an email saying that what you want to do and get involved. See what I'm saying? So, but first and foremost, just go to Fifth Dimension Media, and I'll put a link over here in the chat. There it is. All right. Did that go through? Oh, it did. So if you're interested in that, the link is right there below, right there for Fifth Dimension Media. And then you'll send us your address, and then address, telephone number, then we'll get them shipped out to you. So let's get to let's see. We got a couple more banners. Now we to the end a little bit, and we talking about Baker Mayfield, right? We're talking about the extent of his injuries. So you have a cracked bone off your labrum, and the labrum is already more difficult to kind of heal, and it is a contact sport. So when you're talking about the labrum and all this other stuff, I just don't think that he's going to be playing consistently the rest of the season. I just don't believe it, because you take too many hits. It's not like you could just say, "Hey, don't touch me." He's taking a lot of hits, so that's the thing that it's kind of unavoidable. So, with that being said, Case Keenum didn't embarrass himself today. He sure didn't embarrass himself today. As a matter of fact, he managed the game, no touchdowns, got people in and out of the huddle. He did a lot of different things that were conducive to winning a game. And don't forget, he's won games in Minnesota before, right? He's won games before. So I think what we have to do is, if you notice me, right now, I done dumbed my flow down. I done completely, no expectations. You know why? Expectations put people on like some, all tremendous pressure. Like, expectations come with those. And so why would it just does not make sense in terms of, putting yourself into that thought process of, oh, I need to get a quarterback, but my quarterback is here, but what am I going to do with my quarterback? What am I going to find another one? And now if Baker Mayfield can't play and Case Keenum can, and all of a sudden his pieces and parts get, rolling again, say they run off 4 out of 5 or 7 out of 3 or 3 out of 7, you know what I mean? They rolling off wins. Baker comes back like, hey, I'm cool. I'm straight. I'm cool. And Kevin Stefanski is going to have to already make a tough decision like, nah, we don't. We're going to ride with this guy. We have to brace ourselves for that. But in general, why that time comes down the pipeline, I just want to say we celebrating that win. You know what it is. Stop playing around with us. 224 in the live stream. Please like and share. Please go ahead and do that. And I figured I'd ask you guys what y'all doing after what y'all doing on Sunday. Throw it in the chat. Y'all got Mark Khan says, G Bush, I set you up info on our day email. And, oh yes, Tigers 2. Go Tigers, pound the Zups. So you're a masculine infiltrate. So Where we going? I said we was going to do something. I lost my train of thought. Messing around with these masculine people. Playing around. So as this season goes on, always remember, you got to believe that if your backups come into the game, you're going to need to at least be able to win 3 out of 5, 4 out of 6. Because the thought process is when a starter comes back, you give him the team back, and you're right back into the thick of things. You're right back into where you want to be at. But if you just around and the person that's taking over for you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I look at it like this. The only thing that matters when you're putting backup quarterbacks in is that you get a win. I don't care if you have to claw, fight, stretch. A backup quarterback must at all times be able to have a fair shot at winning the football game. And today, we got it. Today, we got it. I'll be interested in to see what it is that can't think of that. No, whatever. Wasn't important. That's what it was. I really can't wait to see after we come from the bye and start playing those games, because to me, those games are ramping up towards Super Bowl. Those are ramping up games towards meaningful games. So if I'm the Browns, I do everything that I can, my power, to keep working on my craft, keep doing my thing, and maybe people will see you at the top. As always, you know how we do before we give it up. 240 people in the live. Let's shout out your hood. Before I do that, we gonna Tony R says people keep bringing up the quarterback list. I remind them that Barry Stefanski wasn't here for that. We have great coaching GM now, and trust them to make the call. Oh yeah, definitely trust him. Definitely trust him. All right, so let's keep it moving. G. Bush is in the building. You already know where I'm from. G. Bush is always in the building with his lovely wife from the Philippines. Now it's time to you to tell us, to reciprocate, to share where you from. Let's get it going. Who's the brave soul that's going to let them know where we at? Where we at? Here we go. He's supposed to be coming in woo, hot and heavy. Rep your hood in the chat. Where you calling from? What you doing? How you moving? That's what we looking for. Here we go. Jesse Rosado is in the great state of Vermont. Spencer Mahone, North Royalton, Ohio prepping. Let's see what else we got. Wow, y'all kind of fast. We gonna get it. Let's see. Where can I start? Here we go. Ricky the golfer in South Carolina. Rob Cunningham in Cleveland. Mr. Jiggles, where you from? I don't even know. Portsmouth is in the building. Shout out to that man, Jeremy Green. Shout out to Shine. Shout out to Jonah Booker. Shout out to the all the 211 cats down there in Portsmouth. Let's see who else we got. Oops. Google Doctor says 12 weeks recovery for Baker. Darren Magoo, he's from South Dakota. Jesse Rosado is in Vermont. Let's see. My man Montel Johnson, Fleet Ave. Paul, Jackson, South Carolina. Darren Magoo, South Dakota. Mark Kahn, King, North Carolina, 336 area Maslin, native 330. Hey man, he's repping everything, every single hood. Montreal Johnson, Fleetfoot, Mississippi Dark Knight, Biloxi is in here. Montero Johnson, Fleet Avenue is here. Mr. Roll Up is Virginia Beach. Man. Todd Stein, you're in the building. How you say I'm drunk? Drunk and being covered. Drunk and being tired. And drunk and don't have any sleep is two different things. All right. Here we go. A couple more of these. Tell Baker to get your surgery now. Protect his investment of draft capital. And then AD Whiteset. Where's she at? Olmsted, Ohio. Todd Stein. As always, Brookings, Oregon. And Mr. Bitches 06. Norfolk, but from 216. Jones Williams is just from Smiley Face Capital Me. So as always, man, I want to end this on a high note. You know, a couple days ago we was on some doom and gloom stuff, right? We was doing too much. We was kind of like, oh, Browns suck. The defense ain't no good. Yeah, there's still some parts and just some different things that our defense isn't doing well. And is it doing correctly? However, there are some situations in which we can look at that and find a different road or a different path in order to say it's not that bad. If we just tweak this, it'll be right back to normal, even better than what you had. So I think the main catalyst for that change on defense is just Joe Woods. The stuff he was calling in the first quarter was brilliant, bringing safety blitzes, texting, twisting, doing all of these other different things that he was doing. And then today they're just like, whoop, nothing. Soft zone in the fourth quarter again. So those are the things that overall they have to clean up, because against good teams, this game would have been 35-17. Real talk. Good teams is going to score. Good teams going to do what they need to do. And I just didn't see that level of execution and the level of focus and energy that you need to be a top-notch person. Top-notch. So, but guess what? We can get there. It's always easier being hurt. Always being easier when you're hurt than it is you trying to run around here and you're hurting the team and you taking L's and you getting beat on pass protection. Just sit down a little bit, man. Sit down. Come on now. We don't need all that. Don't need all that. But hell of a game. Stefanski didn't get tight at the end of the game. One coach down, 2 to go. But I will say this. I challenged the Cleveland Browns. I said, look, this is one of them games where all hell broke loose, where everything that could have, should have, would have wanted to happen did. And it left the Browns just holding a wet paper bag from all of the injuries to all of the just outside interference stuff. It was just shook. But the great thing about these cats is they loaded and they are a tight-knit group. They are a group of people that really believes in each other. And for the most part, I see those guys operating and they hang out together. I don't see why that people are trying to circulate this team is like by themselves or something. But these guys are out in the community doing stuff, training themselves, and basically training, knowing how to be a productive member of society. So at the end of the day, I'll take that and keep it moving. Before we get to my predictions of the game, let me know in the comment section how many games Baker Mayfield will play this year. Oh, so we don't. So we don't have no. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sixes. How many games? Six. Talking to Grubbin says six. Um, Ian says the rest of them team. Tap King says 0. Chris Yarden says 0. I think he's coming back for the Ravens. Mark Kahn says he's likely getting 4 games being out. He'll be out to the bye. One more game. Keith Poland preach. Jay Boyer, 10. So there's a lot of different places that you can see that it's up in the air. Most people, and I guarantee you, if you watch Baker is going to want to play early and often. Don't mind you, this is a contract year. He wants to play. He wants to be on the field. So he went for a second opinion, and no one goes to a second opinion unless I'm wrong, right? No one says, hey, man, I'm in great health. Well, you should get that second opinion over there at my doctor just to check up to see if you have perfect health. No one does that. No one does that. So I'm looking forward to the 10 days. I hope you're looking forward to the 10 days. I want to thank every single person for being there, rocking with me, putting the nightcap on, and really enjoy your company of us getting together and being able to share some of these Brown stories, being able to share some of these cool atmosphere, and just, it's just one of them spots, man. Just one of them things, man. I really, really look forward to doing these all the time, and I hope you guys will continue to support them. As always, make sure you watch the Barbershop show, the Browns preview show. That's with John Costco. That drops every single Wednesday. And then you can check me out in Quincy Carrier. Matter of fact, go select it and like his joint, because he is going to be on my pad. He's going to be on my program. I'll be on his podcast, and we'll intertwine. So you're going to get a video on Quincy's podcast for me and him, and then you'll get one, on my platform for him. We'll do that. Yeah. So make sure you guys check that out. Subscribe to the page, and definitely listen for the Clippers. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.